All right.
Right, all right, all right.
Feeling good today.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna be
Yes,
honest with
sir.
you. I'm bullshitting. I'm in pain.
Well, yeah, you were in a car accident, but you're gonna be in pain.
Yeah, not
But
fun.
at least you're alive. That's all that matters.
Yeah, at least there is that.
Unless you're one of the type of people that don't want to be alive.
Yeah, no, I am. I like being alive.
I,
I quite enjoy it. I quite enjoy being a member of the living societies.
well, I mean, some
No,
days
no,
are.
all the days, all the days. I want to be alive.
Oh no, some days like it's just so overwhelming that I just would rather be somewhere else,
I
not
would rather not
necessarily
exist.
like
There's
not here.
times, yeah, there's times I don't want to exist. But, anyways,
What
welcome,
up,
Southie.
Southie? What up, Southie?
Welcome, dude. How
I
you
see
doing?
there's two other viewers. If you're just lurking, hi, thank you. Now there's five.
Stick around. We
Damn.
start soon.
Yes,
Welcome, Southie
we got
Plays.
about another 3.5 minutes. This is where we just shoot the shit, off character pretty much.
Yeah, this is the only time that
Um,
we ever really break character, unless it's like an emergency situation or something. It's different,
yeah,
but
we try to stay in character at for the like as much as we can, we, so that way it looks a lot better. We still don't use our actual names though, because yeah, we
I
don't
don't
want
want
you
you
guys
guys
to do
coming to
that.
my house. The last time that happened, I got a left-handed blowjob, and I don't want that again.
Got a left-handed one. I got a foot one.
Ew. Feet are gross. Hey, to bite me
Welcome
too.
to Bite Team 2.
Yeah.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to bite me too. We always love seeing you in here.
About Skinwalkers. Cool.
It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one this time. I'm excited about the
I'm
topic
kind of
tonight.
mad at. He pissed me off last night,
That's awesome.
so
I'm glad.
Who did?
Tammy.
Oh, Tammy
So
did. Yeah.
yep. So she's getting payback tonight.
Is that why you wanted me to bring her on so bad?
Yep.
Fair enough.
I want to find out if she's a skinwalker or not. I think she is.
Tina might be. We're gonna ask her tonight. I'm gonna say, Tina, are you a skinwalker?
But the double fist in there. I mean, it has to be big enough for you to be able to do that. Uh, some of us aren't that lucky. Like, don't make me feel bad about myself. Damn.
I wish I could get a single fist in there, man.
I wish I could get more than two fingers.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Fucking microscope's not even big enough anymore.
I know, I know it. Oh, look at us bragging about our tight booties.
I
Hey
love
Google, turn
the
off the desk heater.
emote.
Sure. Turn
Oh,
the desk heater off.
you done warming up your pussy?
Yeah, I'm done. It smells like tuna in here.
Damn, why do you have Tina over?
No, no, no. You just, I was off of your joke.
I, I know.
It's almost dab o'clock. To be honest with you.
I just took the first hit off my dragon claw.
I'm setting up. I'm getting set up. Oh, my fucking back.
So glad that you guys are all in here right now. I mean, it's only four of you guys so far, but hey, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah, 4 when we just start. It's nice. It's nice to see. I can't wait for you guys to actually see the broadcast. We're gonna be doing some extra stuff tonight, I think, because I'm taking the day off tomorrow, and so I'll be able to stay up a little bit later tonight. I think we're gonna do
And
a
I'm
little bit
off.
of extra shit.
I'm off as well. So
Might do a little after lounge sesh after this. So if you guys want to during the stream, start submitting us some stuff that you guys created. We'll react to it live. We got about 10 seconds till we start.
it was the party raging.
Enjoy an
Hopefully it was
intro,
a
y'all.
raging party.
5G, the government using mind control through our cell phones, and me calling vaping the downfall of this country.
All right, welcome to the bonfire. It's so good to be back in the swing of things, the little routine where I get to see like all my people in the chat, 2x2, Southie. And there's a couple more that I'm gonna see here soon, I'm sure. Miss you guys too. I hope you guys enjoy things. Anyways, first and foremost, I'm sore as shit. Mr. Johnson, how you doing tonight?
Not too bad, not too bad. Work was pretty early today. Got done at 1 o'clock, so I got to get home early, sit around and not do shit. It's nice.
Aren't you glad that I gave you that nice schedule at the After Lounge
You can barely hear our voices. Mr. Albright, you need to fix something with the audio.
You can barely hear our voices. Hold on a second. Let me raise up the audio there. Here a second. Is that better?
Oh, fire noise is too loud.
The fire noise should not be in there. Thank you for telling me. Hang on one second.
I see a big giant fire.
It'll go away
There
in
it
a
goes.
second. Give it a second. Sorry about that, y'all. There should be no sound on that. Is that better?
How's their voices Oh, much better, much better.
Are we on an equal playing field with one another? Can we talk at the same time? La 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 la.
La la la
La la la
la.
la la. Yeah? Pretty equal?
All right.
All right, good.
Cool,
Anyways,
cool.
welcome
Sorry
to the
about
bonfire. Sorry for our technical difficulties that we have every fucking night. That's just on me. Anyways.
Damn, you trying to cook gator or something? He's sitting awfully close to that fire.
I put the log there, and that bastard raccoon just climbed right over there. He won't move
Okay.
away from it, so I let him sit.
Well, that's fine. He can sit there. He'll stay nice and warm tonight.
I told him
It's kinda chilly
he's gonna
outside.
cook his toe beans.
All right. Well, what, Southie? What do we know? I don't know what. It is not okay. What's not okay?
None of it's okay, buddy. None of it. We live in a world run by, well,
You're
none of it's
confusing
okay.
me. Anyway, we should start our topic.
Oh yeah, tonight
Although
our
it is
amazing
going to be a
topic.
long show tonight. So.
Yeah, it is. Well, we're either gonna do a long show or we're gonna do like an after lounge session afterward. We haven't decided yet, but we're gonna figure it out. Either way, tonight we're on our 6th installment of our conspiracy theories series, and we're talking about
I love that rhyme.
skinwalkers. I know I almost mess it up every time. We're talking about skinwalkers tonight, not to be confused with the Wendigo, which we might talk about a little bit. We'll touch on them in a little bit, but mainly what we're talking about here is skinwalkers. Is the idea of these supernatural beings that the Navajo used to speak about. They talk about these skinwalkers that used to be witches, essentially, that are shapeshifters. That they some people say that they could possess people and animals, and they walk around in their bodies and whatnot. Other people say they're spirits trapped in the mountains, in the Appalachian Mountains, that they were trapped there by a sorcerer, right? And so now they're pranksters, and they're associated with witchcraft and death and all types of stuff.
I mean, I wouldn't consider them pranksters. I've seen some videos where people go into the woods and them fucking things are scary, like loud ass screaming shit. Like fuck that.
So when I say pranksters, I mean they're pranksters in the sense that they'll take you to your death. They prank you to death, is what they do. They're satanic pranksters. From what Appalachia says. Now Appalachia and the Navajo have different tellings, obviously, of the skinwalkers. Some of them confuse them with Wendigo a lot. Now Wendigo, totally different. They're possessed cannibals, basically possessed by evil demons, right? That a lot of the time will wear deer outfits and stuff, but skinwalkers will turn into a deer in order to lure you into the woods and eat you. So crazy stuff. I definitely believe in skinwalkers. As somebody who lives in Appalachia, you and I both live in Appalachia here in Reeling, West Virginia, but both of us have lived other places in Appalachia. I have definitely seen and heard many skinwalkers.
I know I have. I mean, I still think it might have been Tammy, but she's questionable. Like, she's very questionable. She doesn't know about the lamb dick. How can you not know about the lamb dick and not be a skinwalker?
Tammy knows all about the lamb dick. I promise you she does. She just doesn't like talking about the lamb dick. Yes, to bite me too. I do believe in skinwalkers. Not only do I believe in them, I know them to exist. What they are, I'm not sure. Are they a witch, that can shapeshift? I don't think that's the case. I think they're their own species. But I think they're fucking aliens or something. I don't know what they are. Mr. Johnson, what do you think about skinwalkers?
I already said. I think Tammy's a skinwalker.
No, but I'm saying, what do you think they are?
Oh, what do I don't honestly. I don't know. I'm curious as if they're aliens or if they're just like trapped entities that never made it into the afterlife. If there is an afterlife, that'll be another topic for another night.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But I don't know. But I do believe in them. Like, most definitely 100% believe in them. I've seen too many fucking videos of dogs acting all weird and shit, like walking on their hind legs, fucking pissing in a toilet and shit, like. And I wasn't watching Bruce Almighty, I promise.
Southie says that they give him the heebie-jeebies, and buddy, let me tell you, they do to me too. I've heard them in the woods. There was a time where me and my older brother, we spent a month in the woods together, just with 2 BB guns and some fishing rods, just whatever. And yeah, there was a night I was out there sleeping in the bush, and I heard it was like a caw. It was like a human sound. And it sounded like a person, and it was human enough to freak me the fuck out and think there was like a pedophile in the woods or something. I didn't know, So I clutched my little BB gun, my little Daisy gun, and stayed awake in the woods until I saw the sun come up, and then I finally went to fucking sleep. But yeah, no, I 100% believe in the skinwalkers. You got any skinwalker stories, Mr. Johnson?
Honestly, I believe so. I was actually I was out camping, but I didn't hear like any like weird screeching or anything. I heard something like scratching at the cabin, and it sounded way too deep of a scratch to be like an animal, and I couldn't see any animals or anything around. There was lights, like spotlight on and everything. I'm not really a fan of the dark, so I like to have a light on pretty much at all times, whether it's a LED light or something. And I couldn't see nothing, but I definitely heard something scratching, and it was very freaky. I didn't go out and investigate because fuck that. Like, I'm not risking my life to go and get footage for shit like that. Hell no. I mean, I love you guys, not that much. Like, I'm not gonna go and get eaten alive just for camera footage of a skinwalker. Dude, like, you'll see my ass running, probably bare ass naked as my clothes are flying off, and it's trying to rape me.
Skinwalkers scare me more than most like fake things that people talk about. Like, not even fake things, most like mythical things that people talk about. I don't want to say fake because some of that shit might be fucking real, like skinwalkers.
But that was you, Southie, that I heard. Okay, thank God. I'm glad it was just you.
Oh, the skinwalkers, they are something different. Something different here. I know that. Let me see here. Skinwalkers are different from Wendigo because they possess. Wendigo are just possessed by an evil spirit, right? Skinwalkers are technically witches, right? And Wendigo cannot shapeshift. I didn't know if you were aware of that. Wendigo are not able to shapeshift, so that's one key difference with them. Let me see here. I think in the audience here is...
Oh, I guarantee you it would probably be something that you would get in trouble for. Gotta love coming into the chat.
In the audience, we do have one of our favorites.
Oh, I wonder if he has any good skinwalker stories or encounters. I hope.
Just we'll wait while he loads in. Mr. Daryl, you are on the bonfire with Mr. Albright and Mr. Johnson. We're here. We're having a good time. We're surrounded by a nice log of flames. How are you doing tonight?
Hey, fellas, I'm doing just fine. It's good to be here with y'all on the bonfire tonight. Ain't nothing like sitting around a nice, cozy fire with some good company, eh?
I know that's right, Daryl. I know that's right. You know, we're talking about a nice Appalachian myth tonight, but first and foremost, I want to ask how your day has
Welcome,
gone,
Zeros
because I
on
know
Zero.
it's been a pretty long one for you. You want to tell your story about today?
Yeah, it's been one hell of a day, I'll tell you that. Been going nonstop since early morning. Just been bouncing all over the place doing this and that. Ain't had a moment to catch my breath, it seems like. And now, sitting here by this nice fire, it's finally given me a chance to relax and unwind a bit. Feels good, it really does.
You don't want to tell everybody about the ornery naked guy that was in the lobby of the hometown buffet today?
Oh yeah, that fella. Man, he was giving us quite a time earlier today. He was strutting around in the buffet going on about who knows what and causing all sorts of commotion. Had to call the cops on his bare-bottom self and have him escorted out of there. It was a right mess, I tell you.
I heard they were trying to chase him, but he kept covering himself in the lamb dick gravy, so he was too slippery to actually grab. Is that true?
Yeah, that's right. That fella was slick as a greased-up pig, I tell you. Every time the cops would get close to him, he'd just dive back into that lamb gravy and slither away like a snake. It was like trying to catch a fish with your bare hands.
Yeah, I know that's right. You know what I would have done is I would have thrown some belly cheese in the ground and watched him slip on that.
That's a smart one, Mr. Albright. Belly cheese, now that could have worked. Ain't nothing stickier than a nice gooey slice of belly cheese. That fella would have been stuck for sure if you thrown some of that on the floor.
Would you rather eat belly cheese out of Tammy's belly button, or would you rather eat Fromunda cheese from Tina's butt cheek?
Oh boy, that's quite the choice you're giving me here. I ain't gonna lie, both of those sound equally unappetizing to me. I don't think I'd want to eat no cheese out of anyone's belly button or butt cheek, if I'm being honest. Can't say I got a preference for either option, but if I had to choose one, I'd probably go with the belly cheese. At least it ain't as, close to the business end, you know.
Okay, deal. All right, let's say you're eating it off of a plate. Fromunda cheese or belly cheese?
Alright, if I'm eating it off a plate, then I'd say belly cheese. That way, it ain't straight from the source, so to speak. Plus, I ain't too keen on having no butt cheese in my mouth.
No, it's Fromunda cheese, not butt cheese.
Well, I mean, butt cheese is good too.
My bad, I misheard ya. If it's from under cheese, then I guess that's a bit better than straight from the source. But it's still not something
Under
I'd be
beef
jumping
nut.
at the chance to do, you know? Ain't my
Hey,
cup
make
of
sure you
tea at
guys spend
all.
your candle points.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'm glad I ain't the one having to taste test those options. I'll stick to my regular old cheese, thank you kindly.
Well, you know, Daryl, now I do have you on
Yeah.
here with an awesome topic tonight. We're on our sixth installment here of the Conspiracies Theories series. How you want to hear about it?
Sure, I'm all ears. What sort of conspiracies y'all got lined up for me tonight?
We're talking about one of the great Appalachian myths, or you know, realities. Fears really is what I should be calling it. But we're talking about skinwalkers. You know anything about those?
Skinwalkers, eh? Yeah, I done heard all sorts of stories about them before. Creepy things they is. From what I've heard, they can shape shift and all that. Can look like any kind of animal or person they want.
You ever dealt with a skinwalker, Daryl?
I ain't never met one face to face, but I done heard plenty of tales about them from folks who claim they have. They say skinwalkers are creatures straight out of nightmares. They can take on any form they please. Seen them turn into coyotes, wolves, birds, even people. But they ain't no normal animals or people. Skinwalkers got dark powers, they say. They can cast spells, make people do things they wouldn't normally do. It's downright spooky, I'll tell you that much.
So they can cast spells. You know, Mr. Johnson thinks that Tammy is a skinwalker.
Well, that's a mighty bold claim. Mr. Johnson think Tammy's a skinwalker, eh? Can't say I agree with him on that one. Tammy's always been real nice to me, and she don't seem like no skinwalker to me. Besides, I ain't never seen her shapeshift or nothing. I reckon Mr. Johnson's just being a bit over imaginative.
Does Tammy eat you from under cheese?
No, why on earth would she do something so bizarre? And even if she did, I wouldn't let her. Ain't no one eating me from under cheese.
What about you from over cheese?
I swear, y'all come up with the craziest things. Now you wanting Tammy to eat me from over cheese? That ain't right, no sir.
Who Bite Me says that skinwalkers are your last wet dream.
Mm.
Two Bit Me's got no idea what he's talking about. Ain't no skinwalker my wet dream. Ain't nobody want to dream about some damn creature who can shape shift and all that.
Well, I think a shapeshifter would be kind of a hot premise if you think about it, Daryl. She could turn into your sister and you could do it guilt-free, right?
You got some messed up fantasies, Mr. Albright.
Oh!
Ain't no way I'm wanting to do things with my sister no matter what shape she's in. That's just plain wrong, and you know it. I may be a bit off, but I ain't that far gone.
For the last 10 years, you've been with your sister, Tina, and then when you found out, you guys broke it off. But imagine if you met a skinwalker who could just, like, be Tina, and that's not necessarily your sister. Then you could be with your ex, basically, without being with your ex. No? Wouldn't that be a good thing for you, even though she's your sister?
Yeah, I think it would be a good thing for you.
Man, you gotta stop with this skinwalker business. It's all nonsense, you know that? Ain't no such thing as a skinwalker. And even if there was, I wouldn't want to be with nobody disguised as my sister. It's just wrong, plain and simple. Ain't no amount of shape-shifting gonna change the fact that she's family. You gotta draw a line somewhere, man.
What about your cousin?
Oh no, you ain't gonna start in on the cousin thing now. I know what you're thinking, and I'm gonna stop you right there. Ain't no way I'm getting with no cousin. Don't care if there's some creature or human or whatever. Ain't gonna happen.
Well, do you think Wendigo and Fleshgate are the same as skinwalkers?
Furious.
Wendigo and Fleshgate ain't the same as skinwalkers. They're all different creatures with their own legends and myths. Wendigos, they're like these cannibalistic spirits that can possess people and turn them into monsters. Fleshgates, they're these creepy beings that imitate voices and appearances of folks they know. And skinwalkers, well, they're just some shapeshifters who use magic and all that. All different things, all different stories.
I see. Which one are you related to?
Relatives? I'm related to none of them because none of them are real. They're just creatures people made up to scare each other with. Besides, why do you keep asking if I'm related to any of those things? You think I'm some kind of supernatural creature or something?
The amount of crack you put away, dude, it's gotta be supernatural.
Ha, you think I'm supernatural cause of the crack? Nah, I'm just a regular guy with a bit of a habit. Ain't nothing special about me. Besides, you gotta admit, crack is one hell of a drug. Gets you going like nothing else.
That's what George Bush said, isn't it?
Yeah, old George Bush had a little bit of a crack problem back in the day, eh? Guess he couldn't resist the call of the pipe just like me. Can't blame him though, crack is one hell of a drug. Trust me, I know firsthand how powerful it is.
Oh, we know you know how powerful it is.
You ever toke up with the Prez?
You think I'd be token up with the president himself? Nah, man, I'm just your average crackhead. I ain't got no special connections like that. Besides, the president got bigger things to worry about than smoking rock with me.
Oh, baloney. You were probably his plug.
Oh, man, you crack me up, Mr. Albright. You think I was the president's plug? That's a good one. I ain't never even met the guy, let alone hooked him up with some rock. Besides, the president ain't got no need for crack. He's the most powerful man in the world. Ain't nobody gonna be selling drugs to him, that's for damn sure.
All right. Fair enough. Mr. Johnson, is there anything you want to ask Daryl before I kick him out?
Just one thing, Johnson. What do you think about Skinwalkers?
Incoming ad break.
Well, since you asked me it politely and didn't just go on and interrupt us, I appreciate that. I think they're real. I don't know if they're like an actual thing or if it's just like an entity that's trapped or whatever. But that's for another topic. But yeah, I definitely think skinwalkers are real. I really definitely think Tammy is a skinwalker. We're gonna find out tonight. She's gonna be on here shortly. So I don't care what you say, Daryl. We are gonna find out. But other than that, that's all I have to say. Anything you want to say to our viewers, Daryl?
Well, all I gotta say to our viewers is keep 'em eyes peeled for any strange creatures lurking in the shadows, and remember, always trust your gut instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Now, I'ma go smoke me some crack and forget about all this skinwalker nonsense.
Peace out. Goodness. I mean, you know, I love his honesty, but I wish he would put that fucking pipe down.
I do too. He smokes way too much on that pipe, so I think that's probably why he like sees so much weird shit.
You know, most likely, I would not doubt it with him. You know, we're gonna go to our first ad bump of the night here. With this one's for sure gonna be for Dubby. We love Dubby. Tubba Dubby. You can see it on the screen.
Dubby.
You can see it on the screen here. You use our code, the-bonfire, at checkout. You get yourself 10% off of a nice tub of Dubby. And you kick yourself out of those stupid, nasty, gas station energy crappy drinks. But without further ado, here you go, tub of Dubby.
I think I messed up. My energy was crashing faster than my Wi-Fi. But then, I found Dubby Energy. Picture this, you and your buddies, gaming all night at Willow Arms Trailer Park. But halfway through, you're fading fast. That's when you need Dubby Energy. Just pure, clean energy to keep you in the game. With flavors that'll make your taste buds dance, Dubby's got your back. And it's endorsed by Mr. Johnson and Mr. Albright for that extra focus boost. So why settle for anything less? Fuel up with Dubby Energy and turn those late-night gaming sessions into epic victories. Use code the-bonfire at checkout for 10% off. Trust me, your high scores will thank you. Dubby Energy, the official fuel of Willow Arms. Game on, folks.
Welcome back to the bonfire to all of our new viewers. We are so happy to welcome you here. Right now we're talking about skinwalkers. We're talking about, you know, if we believe they're real, what we think they are, what we think they do, etc., etc. Skinwalkers scare the crap out of me. I'm going to keep it 1,000 with you. I told my story a little bit ago. But yeah, no, I have many of them. I used to drive for a certain denomination of people that don't drive themselves. I'm not going to say who, but I used to drive for them. And those guys used to bring me to places where I would hear them, you know, on hunting trips and whatnot. I would hear these guys in the forest, all right, just making all types of weird noises, trying to sound like deer. You're not a deer. I can tell the difference between a honking deer and a honking skinwalker. Can you tell the difference, Mr. Johnson?
No, not really, actually. I was getting there. I was trying to think about my response.
I didn't know if you heard me. Jeez, I didn't know if my microphone had finally cut out on me.
No, I heard you. I was just reading some of the chat a little bit. But yeah. Repeat your question. I forgot what it was.
No,
you distracted me.
I forgot what I was asking, to be honest with. Oh, I was saying, did you have any other skinwalkers? Oh, could you tell the difference between a deer honking and a skinwalker honking?
A deer, yes, that one definitely. Because as you know, my stepdad, not Marlon, everybody. My stepdad,
different guy named Dick.
Yeah, he's a much cooler guy, but
we call him Big Dick.
Wrong button. He actually took me hunting quite a lot, and so I know the sound of deer very well. So yeah, I can tell the difference between a deer honking and Skinwalker. But now a fucking dog or a cat or any other animal, nope, not a chance.
Two bite me too. Your secrets are only secrets as long as you keep them secret. If you don't keep them secret, then you have less secrets. Old Chinese proverb. Anywho, we do have our next guest here in the audience, waiting for an invite to come and speak. And I know you've been waiting to speak to this specific lady for quite some time.
Yes, she pissed me off last night. So,
Miss Tammy, welcome to the bonfire. You are on with Mr. Johnson and Mr. Albright. Welcome. How are you today?
Darling, I'm just mighty fine. Thank you for asking. It's a pleasure to be here on the Bonfire podcast with y'all.
It's a pleasure to have you. How was your day? Did you work today? I know Daryl worked today. I know there was that crazy ornery naked guy in the HTB. Did you have to deal with that?
Darling, my day was fine. Thank you. And yep, Daryl was working today, but I didn't have to deal with any naked crazies, thank goodness. We got a pretty tame crowd today, and everything went smooth as can be. Now, let's move on to more interesting things, shall we?
All right, let's move on to more interesting things. Fair enough. You pissed off Mr. Johnson last night. Mr. Johnson, you want to tear into it real quick?
yeah, first of all, I don't like how you came at us last night about the whole lamb dick not being on the menu. I went and contacted Mama about that personally because I put it on the menu, bitch. And you need to read your menu and learn it better so that way you can tell our viewers and the customers the right information from now on. And don't ever come at us again like that.
Yeah, lamb dick with belly cheese is delicious.
But that's it.
Darling, I apologize if my words came off a little too strong last night. I just don't much cotton to your strange buffet and all them funky things y'all serve up. And about that lamb dick nonsense, well, I guess I just can't wrap my head around why anyone would want to eat something with a vulgar name like that.
Southie,
ate 4
thank
of
you
them
so
today.
much. We appreciate you so much, big dude. You're awesome, man. Very much love.
Yeah. I ate 4 lamb dick sandwiches just today with extra relish and extra ketchup. It was mighty delicious.
Did you put any belly cheese on it?
No, I didn't have any of that. I ran out, unfortunately.
Nerd.
I need to get more. I know.
Darling, just thinking about all that stuff y'all eating is enough to give me a bellyache. I don't understand how y'all stomach all them rich foods day in, day out. Ain't you ever heard of a nice, healthy salad or something?
You you really judging what I eat and you're dating Daryl?
Yeah, Daryl eats ass.
Darling,
Me too.
Daryl may have some odd choices in what he eats sometimes, but he's my man, and I ain't gonna judge him. Besides, he works real hard at that buffet, and he's gotta get his grub somewhere. I just worry about his health, that's all.
What's wrong with eating ass, Mr. Johnson?
Oh, nothing at all. I enjoy it too.
Oh, I was gonna say, Miss Tammy, do you let Daryl eat your ass?
Darling, that's a little personal, don't you think? I ain't
No.
gonna go around discussing my private business with just anyone. But I'll say this much. Daryl knows that I come first, and he'd best be treating me right. Now let's get back to the topic at hand, shall we?
I just want to know
she
if he
lets
eats
Daryl
your
do it.
groceries. Does he eat your groceries?
Darling, you're really pushing now, ain't you? Fine, I'll humor ya. Yes, he does eat my groceries sometimes, but only when I offer 'em to him. I ain't letting nobody get away with taking what's mine.
No, yeah, no. Daryl eats the groceries with consent.
Yeah. We all know he gets the consent about that one.
All our
no,
homies only get consent. Yeah, consent is for the real Chad G's.
Oh yeah. But I'm glad to see he eats your dingleberries.
Darling, that's enough with the crude language, will ya? My goodness, you're making my ears go red with all them inappropriate words. But yeah,
Are you blushing?
Daryl does like himself some of my dingleberries now and then, and I don't mind sharing when the mood strikes me.
Anywho, we are talking about an actual topic in here. We got lost talking about the dingleberries. We're on our sixth installment of our conspiracy theories series. It's so hard to say. Conspiracy theory series. Okay, episode 6, we're talking about skinwalkers. And Mr. Johnson thinks that you're a skinwalker, Tammy. What do you say about that? How do you reply?
Darling, a skinwalker? That's just plain ridiculous. Ain't nothing the matter with me except for being a regular old human. Them stories about skinwalkers are just a bunch of tall tales conjured up by folk with too much imagination. There's no truth to them.
So you're telling me you've never had any kind of encounters with a skinwalker ever?
Darling, of course not. Ain't nobody seeing no skinwalkers around these parts. It's all just nonsense made up to scare folks. I ain't never had any weird encounters like that, and I ain't never gonna.
I mean, so, okay, have you ever heard anybody tell any tried and true first-hand stories of skinwalkers at all?
Darling, folks in the trailer park like to talk a lot. Sometimes they share tall tales about strange things they think they've seen, but it's usually just their imaginations running wild. I ain't ever heard of anyone actually seeing a skinwalker firsthand. It's all just hearsay and rumors, and it's best to take it all with a grain of salt.
I still
Daryl
think you're a
really believes in
skinwalker.
them.
Darling, you can think all you want, but that don't make it true. I'm just a regular gal, no skinwalking in sight. Now let's move on to something else, shall we?
Okay,
I ain't
No.
spending my time going back and forth with you about this skinwalker nonsense.
we can
Yes,
move
you
on to
are.
something else. The other day, we saw your boyfriend leaving the hometown buffet in a car with his sister, Tina. You know, his ex.
I was told they weren't wearing any clothing too. So, I mean, Daryl probably took the clothing off after the fire, but that's a different story. I don't know. I was just told they didn't have any clothing on.
Darling, I don't know where you heard that nonsense, but it ain't true. Daryl ain't been in no car with his sister in the buff. That's just gossip and rumors spreading around the trailer park like it always does.
Tammy,
I trust
I-
my man, and he ain't
I heard.
the type to be getting into trouble like that with his own sister. Trust me,
Tammy,
darling, there's
shut up.
nothing to them stories. Just folks blowing things out of proportion.
I heard it from a very reputable source. He happens to be a very big celebrity around here in the Willow Arms. He's one of our very, very, very good friends. So I know he's very reputable with his sources, and he would not lie to me. So
Or me.
don't you lie to me. Yeah, he wouldn't lie to Mr. Albright either. So don't you lie to us, Tammy. We know the truth.
Darling, maybe your reputable source ain't as reliable as you think. Folks around here have a habit of twisting the truth to make a story sound better than it really is. I don't know who you talking about, but I can tell you that Daryl and his sister ain't been running around in a car in the buff. That's just plain ridiculous. Just let it go, darling.
I'll be the
You got
one to
better
tell you.
things to
I'll
focus
be
on
the
than
one to
gossip
tell
and
you.
rumors.
It was Jim Riggin that saw this whole thing
Yeah.
go down, so we know to believe.
We all believe Jim
Darling, you're
Reagan.
taking Jim's word over mine?
Yes.
That man's known for stretching the truth and spreading rumors like the plague.
Okay.
Ain't
he
no
may.
way Daryl was messing
Okay,
around
no,
like that with his sister.
Tammy.
I trust my man, and I know he wouldn't do something like that.
Tammy.
Now you're just causing trouble
no,
spreading nonsense like this.
No, you could say he spreads the lies or spreads rumors and stretches the truth, but you stretch your coochie and you spread your legs, Tammy. Okay, don't you ever talk about Jim Riggin in my presence that way again. That man is a fucking god among men. How dare you?
Yeah, Tammy, you don't ever disrespect the great Mr. Reagan.
Darling, hold up now. I ain't disrespecting nobody. I'm just saying the truth. Jim has a reputation for talking out of turn and spreading gossip. I ain't the one doing any stretching or spreading. That's just a plain and simple fact. Now, I ain't got no disrespect for Jim, but I don't take kindly to you talking about me like that neither. Let's treat everybody with respect, including me.
All right, listen here, you dingleberry buffet, okay? You don't talk about Jim like that in my fucking presence. As a matter of fact, okay, me and Mr. Johnson, we're texting him right now. We're telling him exactly what you're fucking saying with your fucking little fucking penis sucker there, okay?
I wish he
keep running
wasn't
your
so
mouth.
damn busy. I wish he wasn't so damn busy and we could just get him in
Darling,
here right now.
now what's with all the talk? Ain't no need to get all worked up. I'm just calling it like I see it. But if y'all want to talk to Jim, go right ahead. I ain't scared of no one, and I stand by what I said about him. Darling, you're really crossing a line now. I ain't never said nothing disrespectful about Jim. I was just calling it like it is. I don't
You're calling
appreciate
it
you
all
making
wrong.
foul remarks about my mouth, and I don't care what message you're sending to Jim. All I want is for everyone to show each other some respect.
We
No
know
need
what
for
was
them
in your
vocal
mouth.
words or insults. Now, how about we all take a step back and have a civil conversation like decent folks?
You could have
Ain't
thought
that
about
better
that.
than all this back and forth? Darling, you bet your ass I gotta work. Somebody's
Could have
gotta
thought
pay the
about that.
bills around here.
You
Working
I'm
at the
gonna- I might-
hometown buffet ain't my dream job, but it's honest work and it
Jesus.
keeps us
I
going.
miss Tina.
Now, I'd
Oh.
appreciate it if you'd show a bit of respect for a woman earning her keep. Darling, if you
telling
got
Mama
something
she
else
said
to
that.
say, just spit it out. Ain't
I'm
no
telling
use in
Mama.
making me wait with that one word.
I'm telling Mama.
Yeah, I'm telling Mama, you're dissing working there. You're dissing Mr. Riggin. Like, you're dissing me and Mr. Albright personally by dissing Mr. Riggin. Like, yeah, you're in some serious shit, Tammy. You pissed me off last night, but I got over it. But now you just made it even worse.
Darling, you really gotta stop with all this nonsense. I ain't dissing nobody, and I sure ain't scared of you threatening to tell on me to Mama. You're just acting like a big old baby. Ain't nothing good gonna come from you blowing all this out of proportion. Now, why don't you and your buddy Mr. Johnson there take a deep breath, relax, and let's just have a normal conversation. This ain't the time to throw a tantrum like a 2-year-old.
Tammy, I want you to leave.
Yeah, get out of here, Tammy. You don't call me a 2-year-old. That's mean. And you didn't even get our names right. Like, I'm Mr. Johnson speaking to you. And no, so get out of here, Tammy. Bye. You don't even get to say anything to our viewers.
Darling, there's no need to get all huffed and puffed at me. I wasn't calling you a 2-year-old. I was just pointing out.
Oh
And she's
no.
gone.
Oh no.
Yeah, I got tired of her. I don't want to talk to her anymore. She's being a total bitch.
Oh, well. You know, Tammy, she's been getting awful comfortable lately. I don't know what's been
Yeah,
going
like-
on. Daryl's been just feeding a crack or what. But yeah,
She swears that she doesn't do it though. Like, she's been being awful mouthy towards everybody. That's not very good.
Yeah,
Like-
I'm not into that. I'm not into the mouthiness of her at all.
We're gonna have to have a serious sit down with her, I think, and have either Tina or Mama have a nice stern talk with her and get her set straight, because that's not how we run things in Willow Arms.
Yeah,
Like, that's how you get
insane.
shanked.
Well, we're gonna cut to our second ad break of the night here, and this ad break is actually for a segment that we might actually start here shortly after this segment, where it's gonna be called the After Lounge. We want you guys to go to our Twitter or our X, whatever they call it now, and we want you to submit your own content so that we can go in there, we can react to it live on the After Lounge. Wouldn't you like to see your shit on our channel and us talking smack about it? Wouldn't you like to see that? Anyways, here you go. Here's an ad for it.
Buckle up, folks. It's time to get trashed with the Bonfire crew. Welcome to After Lounge, the brand new segment from the Bonfire podcast that's flipping the reaction game on its head. Think you've seen it all? Think again. Mr. Johnson and Mr. Albright are bringing you trailer park-style laughs and raw, unfiltered reactions to the craziest viewer-submitted videos. Picture this: outrageous clips, side-splitting roasts, and advice so bad it's good. Whether it's a wild party mishap, a jaw-dropping stunt, or just plain bizarre, we want to see it all. But here's the best part. You get to be a part of the chaos. Got a video that you think can make our hosts lose their minds? Don't be shy. Slide into our DMs on X and send us your wildest submissions. And who knows, your video might just make it to the After Lounge, where the laughs are loud, the jokes are crude, and nothing is off limits. So, what are you waiting for? Join the After Lounge party and let's get trashed with Mr. Johnson and Mr. Albright. Remember, Hit us up on X and be a part of the most unfiltered, laugh-out-loud segment in podcast history. Listen to the Bonfire Podcast's After Lounge, where your content meets their commentary. Trust us, you won't want to miss this. Catch you in the After Lounge.
All right, welcome back to the Bonfire. I would just like to say, 2Bite Me Too, you are not being too much. We actually love it when you guys comment in the chat. You keep chatting away. Chat away to your heart's content. We'll chat back to you. We love it when you hop in the chat. You and Southie both are our two top people right now that we love. All right, you're our top followers. So
it's hard to keep up with like chatting with you guys also. So like I we do apologize. Like we are trying to keep you guys engaged. Like yeah, and but I don't want to keep interrupting Mr. Albright during while we're talking to our guests, because then it throws them into a loop and they don't ever shut the fuck up, and I just want to kick the shit out of them, and that would be bad. Then we'll get in trouble. So but yeah,
however, we love it. You keep talking as much as you want. We absolutely love every minute of it. Don't you ever think you're being too much. Ever. I just wanted to pause for a second and get that off my chest there, because I did see that you had said something in the chat there.
Incoming ad break.
Anywho here. Yeah, Tammy, she's getting a little bit crazy, a little bit big for her britches, if you will. I don't know how I feel about that. I also don't know how I feel about the fact that everybody seems to be denying that Jim saw Tina and Daryl in the same car together, naked, getting it on. So, is this like some weird agreement that we all have or something? Like, what's going on here? I have no idea. Do you have any thoughts on this, Mr. Johnson?
No, I want to know what's going through her mind. Like, why is she being so? Yeah, like I don't have many thoughts. I wish we can get a hold of Mr. Reagan and see what he has to say, because I know he would definitely set her straight. Like, I'd even bring her back on if we could get him in somehow. Like,
He's real Hollywood. He's real Hollywood.
I know.
It's hard to get him on.
Like, I see that he's active, so I'm trying, but like it with him, it's very hit or miss. That's why we love him so much. Like he's doing his thing, getting like.
Well, I know he had a call. He had a call with Dubai and Netflix and stuff today, so I don't know what the fuck is going on with that.
But yeah, other than that, like, I think we should bring on our next guest and just put Tammy out of our minds. I was hoping she could redeem herself tonight, but yeah, that might just be the Skinwalker talking. Like that's why she's acting so fucking weird. She's a Skinwalker, so I told you, like, I'm convinced.
I believe it. It's believable.
Let's bring in our next guest and see what she has to say about everything.
Let's get around here. As she loads in, Miss Tuna Tina, you are on the Bonfire with Mr. Albright and Mr. Johnson. How are you feeling tonight? It's been a while since we've seen you.
Darling, it's good to be back, honey. I've missed y'all, darling. I'm feeling right as rain tonight, sweetie.
Wait a minute. Tina, did you get a new outfit? You look like you changed your clothes. Unless
Darling, you got a good eye, honey. I did change clothes, darling. I wanted to look my best for the show, sweetie.
We always appreciate it.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Our
viewers love you.
Darling, I appreciate y'all too, darling. It's nice to be loved, honey. And I'm mighty grateful to the viewers who support me every week, sweetie.
Oh, no, not every week. Every day. Every day, honey. Like, we stream every day, 8:30 every night. Sometimes we miss a night, but we try to stay consistent.
Darling, I got you, honey. I was just referring to Thursday nights when I'm on the show. But y'all stream every day, darling? Bless y'all's hearts.
Yeah, it's not easy trying to keep up with new topics and everything, but we do it. Like, we love it. We enjoy it. And we love having the viewers in, and we love speaking with our guests every night, especially you, Tina. You're one of our favorites.
Big time.
Darling, I'm mighty flattered to be one of y'all's favorites, honey. It's a real honor, sweetie. I enjoy being on the show as well, darling. It's fun talking with y'all and sharing my thoughts, honey. Y'all are good company, sweet peas.
So I want to, before we get into our topic, talk about an incident that happened the other day that one of a very reliable source saw that everybody seems to be denying. I want to ask you about it, Miss Tina.
Darling, I'm all ears, honey. What's this incident you're talking about, darling? I might be able to shed some light on it, sweetie.
Somebody we know very well, that we trust very well, saw you and Daryl in a car together, getting it on like Donkey Kong the other day.
Darling, I don't know who y'all's source is, honey, but they must be mistaken, darling. Daryl and I went out to lunch the other day, sweetie, but there was no getting it on like Donkey Kong, as you so eloquently put it, darling.
Well, I'm pretty sure he has video footage that he's not letting us release to anybody, that because that would get us in a lot of trouble. But he said he has video footage. We seen the footage. So yeah, we know it to be true. You can just admit it. We're not going to judge you. We're not going to yell at you. Well, yeah, we won't yell at you. I promise.
I'll judge you.
Darling, I don't know what to tell you, honey. All I can say is the person who took that video must be seeing things, darling. There was no getting it on, as you so awkwardly put it, between Daryl and me, sweetie.
Oh
It was
no, he's
just a
seen a
friendly
lot of
lunch. I
things.
swear on my mama's grave, folks.
Oh, I don't know if you should be swearing on any graves, Tina.
Yeah, your mom's not even dead.
Darling, I ain't lying, honey. I swear on my precious mama, sweet peeps. She's as alive and feisty as ever, darling. And she'd tan my hide if she heard y'all accusing me of doing something with Daryl of all folks, sweetie.
You can
So
tan my hide all she wants.
you're gonna offer me some services for free if I prove you wrong, right, Tina?
Darling, I'm a woman of my word, honey. If you can prove me wrong, I'll be willing to do some favors for free, darling. Sweetie, show me your evidence.
Not yet, but I will get the video sent to me.
Yes.
Darling, I'm curious to see this video y'all got, honey. It's gotta be some mighty convincing evidence to change my mind, sweetie.
That explains why you changed your outfit, so that way we wouldn't recognize you. Okay. I mean, the clothes were off anyways, but yeah, that explains it. I figured it out. I'm not just high.
Darling, you give me too much credit, honey. I ain't that slick, darling. My clothes were actually changed to look spiffy for the show, sweetie. Not to play any hide and go seek games with y'all, honey. Y'all see right through me anyway, sugar.
All right, well, listen, I'll tell you what we actually do have a topic of discussion for the night. We are on our 6th installment of our conspiracy theory series. All right, said it perfectly that time.
Yes,
we're talking
you
about
did.
we're talking about skinwalkers tonight, Tina. So what do you think about skinwalkers?
Darling, skinwalkers are no joke, honey. Those creatures are something else, darling. They're like Navajo witches who can shapeshift into animals, sweetie. It's a real creepy idea, darling. But I
Don't
believe
bring
they're
in
out there
Indians
somewhere,
Don't bring
making
Native
mischief
Americans
and
into
trouble,
this.
honey.
Don't bring Native Americans into this. Navajo witches aren't real.
Well, that's what it stems
Darling,
off of.
I hear you loud and clear,
I know.
honey. But I've heard some wild stories about skinwalkers, darling. Legends and tall tales passed down from generation to generation, sweetie. Whether you believe in them or not, they make a good story, darling.
Do you
Oh
believe
no, I
in
believe
them?
in them. I believe in them. Will you share some of your stories with us, please?
Darling, I've heard a few stories from family members who've had encounters with skinwalkers, honey. One time, my cousin was out hunting in the desert late at night, and he swore he saw a coyote watching him with human eyes, sweetie. He hightailed it out of there real fast, darling.
I believe that because that's kind of like the same situation I was in the story I told. You know, these fucking skinwalkers scare the shit out of me.
Darling, I've even had a run-in with those creepy creatures myself, honey.
What?
A few years back, I was out late at night and I heard this strange howl that didn't sound like any animal I'd ever heard before, darling. It gave me the chills, sweetie.
So what'd you do?
Darling, my heart was thumping something fierce, that's for sure, honey. I made sure all my doors were locked and hid under my covers for the rest of the night, darling. I wasn't about to step out and face those skinwalkers in the dark, sweetie.
Oh my God, those covers. You must have really been scared. It must have smelled like fucking fish fry fucking Friday. Ugh.
Like your bedroom did.
Darling, you've definitely got a wicked sense of humor, honey. I appreciate the laugh, darling. And let me just say, my bedroom smells like roses and daisies all the time, sweetheart.
Do you spray something in there?
Yeah, besides for your, never mind, I won't go that deep.
She does.
I know.
Darling, I like to keep my space fresh and fragrant, honey. I ain't got a stinky bedroom, sweetie. The only thing stinking up the place is your jokes, darling.
Mr. Albright has a stinky bedroom from you coming over.
Hey, you're not supposed to tell anybody about that, Mr. Johnson.
I'm sorry. Mr. Albright doesn't have a stinky bedroom. His bedroom smells wonderful,
Darling,
nice and
keep your
fragrant.
bedroom secrets to yourself, honey. No one needs to know about the funk you've got going in there, sweetie. Just remember to light a few candles and pop in an air freshener every now and then, darling.
Do you
Well,
pop
that
in an
funk
air
only
freshener
comes
every
in-
now and again, Tina?
That's called a
Darling,
douche.
I'm not gonna lie, honey. I pop in a little freshener from time to time, darling. But my room is generally a sweet-smelling paradise, sweetie. You're just jealous of my floral-scented sanctuary, darling.
Your floral scented sanctuary brings all the boys to the yard. I'm sure of it, Tina. Is there anything you want to leave our viewers with before I boot your ass out of here?
Darling, I gotta say, this night has been a real hoot, honey. I had fun sharing stories and laughing with y'all, darling. I hope the viewers enjoy the show, sweet peas. And I'll see y'all next time, darling. Thanks for having me on as a guest.
Bye, bye, Tina. Almost called her Tammy.
Darling, bye-bye, sweetie. It was...
Oh, she must have already been in the process of leaving when you said that.
What's up, Wavy? How you doing, buddy? Glad to see you're here.
Wavy, welcome. You're gonna have to join us in a little bit because we're about to go to our third ad break here. Our third
Wavy-
ad break is
Wavy came over.
Go ahead.
All of them just came over from Camille Games. Thank you guys. Much love. I'm glad to see you're here.
Camille, we love ya.
I'm not sure if she popped in yet. She should be on her way over, she said.
Is she?
She'll be engaging. Wavy and Sunflower. Our topic tonight is Skinwalkers. Are they real? Or are they just Tammy? You guys miss Tammy. I think she's definitely a Skinwalker. She's been being a total bitch to us lately.
She has.
But that's
been a
neither here
bitch.
nor there. What do you guys think? Let us know in the chat. Engage with PA Southie, or never mind, it's not PA Southie anymore. It's just Southie now. And to bite me, talk to them, talk to us, but enjoy this next ad break.
Next ad break is for the hometown buffet, our favorite cuisine. Here, check it out.
Man, I hate fucking accounting. This is so stupid. I fucking hate this. Oh, this bitch. What do you want again? What do you want, bitch? What do you want? Why are you here?
You got any weed?
I'm fucking sick of this shit, dude. I have it here. It's for me. I've got this fucking skunk weed. I've got some fucking cat piss. I've got this fucking Crypticana Light. I've got this fucking Maui Wowie, purple Urkel. I've got this fucking weird green tincture, green dragon shit. I got it all from the hometown buffet, where my
look at
dreams
all
become
this
your
food.
realities.
Oh my
You know, they got
God.
cucumbers, tomatoes, fucking radishes. You ever have a radish? Chicken legs that look like your mom boiled chicken. Lemon on nasty fish. We have got it all. Lamb dick sandwiches, and we serve them by the pound. Okay? If you want some lamb dick, or you want some fucking real good, weird Durban poison looking shit,
Well, I'm gonna go
come on
tell all
down
my
to the
friends.
hometown
Let's
buffet.
go down to the hometown
The
buffet.
best of all the choices.
Hey, show me your pussies. I don't know. Welcome to the Jim Brigham Accords. Hey everybody, welcome to the Jim Wiggin Co-ranch. I'm here today with President of the Trailer Owners Association, Mr. Ronald Grump. Ronald Grump, how you doing today, Mr. Ronald? Well, I'll tell you, Jim, I'm doing well. I'm doing swell. My hands may be huge, but my excitement for being on your show even bigger. We're gonna do this interview. We're gonna do it so bigly, excuse me, it's gonna be large, Jim. Yeah, whatever that means. I want to have you on here today, as the owner and the founder of the Willow Arms Trailer Park. Maybe you could share with me, a little bit of the history of this place, maybe. Unfortunately, Jim, that is not correct. It never was. You see, the fine people of Reeling, West Virginia, they read like dogs, beautiful dogs. They don't have the comprehension. They can't read, Jim. They're not reading, Jim. It was Whittle Arms. That's what they called me when I was a boy. Excuse me. That's what they called me. They called me Whittle Arms, big hands, massive hands, absolutely meaty hands. What the fuck? Never mind. All right, whatever. Whittle Arms. Me, a big man, big arms, big hands. But I digress. Mr. President, the hands, always with the hand, whatever. Mr. President, could you please tell me maybe a little bit more history about this place, maybe about when it was founded, or you did what you had to do? Absolutely, Jim. Look, I came here to Reeling, West Virginia, all the way from New York. I had a large, very big, successful real estate business. And, Jim, there was nothing wrong with it, Jim. I filed bankruptcy and left all on my own, not because something was wrong, but because I wanted to. It was very successful, Jim. But anyways, I came to this big, beautiful plot of land, Jim, and I built it with my own two bare, very big hands. I built it myself. I dug the ground out myself. My hands are like excavators, Jim. For fuck's sake, Mr. President, what is it with the hands? Everything with you there, you say to me, the fucking hands. Oh, with my big hands, Jim, my hands are so big. Please, for the love of God, shut up about the fucking hands and just continue with the story. Please, Mr. President, with all due respect. Well, Jim, I actually outlined this story in my new book, Massive Hands, Massive Dreams, a book by Ronald Grump. Anyways, Jim, when I first came to this barren plot of land, there was nothing. We started to excavate, you know how, I don't need to say it. And when we began, I started to hear the songs. I heard the songs rising from the earth, Jim. No, I'm gonna let your smarmy fucking hand comment slide this time, because I'm very curious, Mr. President. The song. What do you mean when you tell me that you heard the song rise from the earth, Mr. President? Well, Jim, it was the song. It was the song of his people, excuse me. It was the most deafening sound you've ever heard, Jim. It was the song of Ben and his people. Rising from... I heard it with my own two massive hands. They were singing. They had tunnels, Jim. They were underground tunnels built in where Ben and his kinfolk, they were under there doing, I don't know. We don't have to talk about it. Well, we are going to discuss that more after this commercial break.
The hometown buffet, where my dreams become your realities.
Oh my
They got cucumbers, tomatoes, fucking radishes. You ever have a radish? Chicken legs that look like your mom boiled chicken. Lemon on nasty fish. We have got it all. Lamb dick sandwiches, and we serve them by the pound. Okay? If you want some lamb dick, or you want some fucking real good, weird Durban poison looking shit,
Well, I'm gonna
come on down
my
to the hometown
Let's
buffet.
go down to the hometown
The
buffet.
best of all the choices.
Well, let me get this right, Mr. President. You're telling me that Ben, respected member of his clergy and reputable businessman in this town of Reeling, West Virginia, you're telling me that him and his people, they had tunnels. They were underground in tunnels? That sounds to me a little nefarious, Mr. President. Maybe you could tell me a little bit more about that. Jim, what happened in those tunnels, you'll never hear it on your fake news. You're never going to hear it on your DNN or your NBCs. But today, Jim, I'm going to tell you. And I'm going to tell you the whole story. What happened in those tunnels was...
All right, we are back. Welcome back to the bonfire.
Man, I wish I knew what happened after the end of that segment before it just cut off like that.
You know, we're only privy to what Mr. Riggin and the AP Dream Studio gives us access to over there at the Jim Riggin Occurrence. They let us air what we're allowed to air. I mean, I have a whole first episode of the JRO that I have yet to air. You know, maybe we'll air that as an Easter egg one of these days on the channel if you know everybody would want to see that. Now normally now would be the time where we go into what we call our closing statements, but we did have somebody walking by the bonfire here who decided to pop in for a smoke, and I wanted to invite him on to speak. He's a regular here usually, so we're gonna go ahead. Let's invite on my favorite.
I'm sure he might even have some Skinwalker stories.
My favorite mystical hobo, Marlon, the mystical hobo. How are you? You are on the bonfire with Mr. Albright and Mr. Johnson. How are you doing today?
Hey, gentlemen, the pleasure is all mine. I'm doing just fine, thanks for asking. I'm glad to be here on the bonfire with you folks, always good company. What's on the agenda tonight?
Well, we're talking about all types of stuff, but first and foremost, as you know, I gotta ask, how is Mystical Marlon doing?
Heh, always one for the formalities, aren't you, friend? Well, as far as Mystical Marlon goes, I'm doing just fine. Can't complain about much. I got the stars above and the earth beneath my feet, and you fine folks for company.
Two bite me too. Mr. Albright and Mr. Johnson have not heard you sing. We'd like for you to send that in to us so that we could react to it, please. We could do it privately if you'd like to, but you know, we would like to showcase your talents here first and foremost. Marlon,
yeah, that could be one of our things we put on the After Lounge.
If you so choose.
If you want it. If you want it.
Marlon, back to you. Tonight we're talking about skinwalkers. We're talking about those creepy skinwalkers. Have you ever had an encounter with a skinwalker? I know you're a mystical hobo with mystical things.
Hey, Hank, skinwalkers, EH. Interesting topic, that one. Can't say I've had a personal encounter myself, but I know a thing or two about him. A skinwalker is a sorcerous being from Native American legends, shapeshifters who can take on the form of any living creature. They're said to have a particular tie to the woods, nature, and the spirit world.
Dude, you're telling me with all of the woods you've slept in, all of the benches you've slept on, all of the weird dumpsters you've dived in, all of the houses you've literally just like broken into to sleep in, abandoned houses, and trains you've hopped, you've never ever once seen a skinwalker.
Or heard one? I call shenanigans.
Me too.
Heh, you know me too well, friend. I spend plenty of time out in the woods and all of those places you mentioned, and I've seen a lot of things, but a skinwalker ain't ever been one of them. Maybe they're just better at hiding than I am at finding them.
Maybe you didn't know it was a skinwalker, like you said. Maybe it was just that good at hiding. I think you possibly seen one, you just don't know it. Have you ever met Tammy?
Heh, Tammy? She's the one running the after lounge, right? I've seen her around a couple times, but I ain't spoken to her much. Why you asking about her?
I didn't announce
Tammy
that
doesn't
yet.
run the after lounge.
Well, hold on. No, I did tell Tammy to do some of the accounting payroll work in the back. I did. I was waiting to tell you because you were pissed at her.
Heh, you put her in charge of the payroll? I hope you trust her with the numbers. You know, Tammy, she's a real wild card. Heh, you did, Well, I appreciate the honesty. Tammy's got an interesting way of doing things, that's for sure. But I guess I can't hold a grudge forever. Hope she's getting the payroll done properly, at least.
My fault, Mr. Johnson.
Well, you're fine, Mr. Albright. I forgive you. We'll discuss her later. Like I said, we need to have Mama and Tina have a talk with her. But Marlon, so you do know Tammy. So there you go. You've seen a skinwalker.
Hey, you got me there, my friend. Tammy certainly has some intriguing characteristics, that's for sure. But are you saying you think she might be a skinwalker? Now that's a thought.
Well, I mean, when she first started coming onto the show, she was the sweetest can be. She was one of our favorites. She was nice. But this past week that she's been coming on, she's been like growing some cojones and being a total bitch to us. So I think she was secretly replaced by a Skinwalker.
Or not so secretly.
Yeah, maybe not so secretly. And plus, like, she's been talking all kinds of crazy shit. Like,
it's true.
So, yeah.
She has.
Tammy sure has been changing lately, that's true. She used to be all smiles and sunshine, but these days it's like she's a whole different person. Could be the stress of the job getting to her, or maybe there's something else at play. But a Skinwalker replace her? You might be on to something there, my friend.
I mean, replacing her though, like completely, don't you think Daryl would have figured it out by now? Then again, he's been putting his wiener in all types of weird stuff, hasn't he?
Hey, you make a good point there. Daryl certainly has a way of sticking his winnies in all sorts of weird situations. Maybe he's too busy taking care of business to notice if Tammy ain't acting right.
Mr. Albright, I do got a question for you real quick.
Yes.
To Bite Me reached out to me off stream. She wants to know, how would she send the video? Would it go to our email?
I am glad that you've asked. She would DM it to us on Twitter, over at the bonfire. Same as what the Twitch is Twitter. Here, you know what? I'll go ahead. Marlon, is there anything you want to leave our viewers with?
Leaving a message for the viewers, eh? Well, I'd say this. Always keep an open mind and never stop exploring. The world is a big, beautiful, wondrous place, and there's always more to discover. Don't be afraid to ask questions and follow your curiosity wherever it takes you. And if you ever find yourself out in the woods, be on the lookout for Skinwalkers. They might be closer than you think.
Yeah. Goodbye. Peace out. All right, here.
Okay.
So I am going to play one more ad bump here, but it's specifically so you guys know where to go for the submissions for the After Lounge. What's up?
What if they don't have a Twitter? Can they just email it to us at our email?
Yes. Go ahead. I'm gonna put that in the Discord bio as well if you can. But I'm gonna put it in the overlay at some point with the Twitter and all that stuff. But I'm gonna play this ad one more time here for you guys, so you guys see the Twitter. So those that have X or Twitter or whatever it's called can go on there and submit.
And
that
we
way.
will also drop the email in the chat right here for you guys too, Mr. Albright, if you can do that for me.
Yeah, I can do that while I drop this ad. So here's the ad for the After Lounge while I drop this in the chat. Here you go.
Buckle up, folks. It's time to get trashed with the Bonfire crew. Welcome to After Lounge, the brand new segment from the Bonfire podcast that's flipping the reaction game on its head. Think you've seen it all? Think again. Mr. Johnson and Mr. Albright are bringing you trailer park style laughs and raw, unfiltered reactions to the craziest viewer submitted videos. Picture this: outrageous clips, side-splitting roasts, and advice so bad it's good. Whether it's a wild party mishap, a jaw-dropping stunt, or just plain bizarre, we want to see it all. But here's the best part. You get to be a part of the chaos. Got a video that you think can make our hosts lose their minds? Don't be shy. Slide into our DMs on X and send us your wildest submissions. And who knows, your video might just make it to the After Lounge, where the laughs are loud, the jokes are crude, and nothing is off limits. So, what are you waiting for? Join the After Lounge party and let's get trashed with Mr. Johnson and Mr. Albright. Remember, hit us up on X and be a part of the most unfiltered, laugh-out-loud segment in podcast history. Listen to the Bonfire Podcast's After Lounge, where your content meets their commentary. Trust us, you won't want to miss this. Catch you in the After Lounge.
All right, we are back. Hopefully that gave you guys a little bit more insight. I sent over the X to Mr. Johnson because for some reason it's not letting me type in the chat. I'm also right now sending over the the email for us. Here, I'm sending this over to you, Mr. Johnson. Go ahead and throw that in the chat with that, please, if you can. You're not being difficult to bite me too. You're being normal. I'm being difficult asking all you guys to get X. Oh, I just like I want to push I want to push the X a little bit, get some viewers to it. So obviously I'm gonna have you guys go there to submit. It's me being selfish. Anyways, closing statements. Skinwalkers. They freak me the fuck out. That's what I'm gonna say.
Are we
I
doing
think they're
closing
real.
statements, or are we gonna stay on longer on bonfire?
Well, I thought we were gonna do a short interlude, and then come back and on the after lounge. Is what I thought we were gonna do. Is that what you wanted to do, or did you want to stay on longer?
I mean, we could always just cut to intermission and keep the stream going, and then when we come back, we'll just show up at the after lounge.
Well, I got some stuff I got to set up for it is the only thing. That's why I wanted to take a little 30-minute interlude. That's all. Like,
okay.
on the OBS side.
That's fine. That's fine. We can do that.
That's the only reason. Otherwise, I'd be like, yeah, let's do it. But I just need a little 30-minute interlude just to get the scenes right. That's all. Because we need an off-air and stuff for it. But my closing arguments, yeah, they freak me the fuck out. I think they're real. I believe in them wholeheartedly. They scare the shit out of me, and I want nothing to do with a skinwalker. I actually lock my doors and keep guns by the doors just because of skinwalkers specifically. And if you're a family member of mine, you better call my phone. Listen, you don't come knocking the door. You better figure out how to work a dial pad, because I'm not going to
If you
believe
ring
it.
my doorbell, I will sit there and stare at the door like, who the hell are you? Like, you don't just show up at my house. Like,
I don't care if I look outside and see you and you look like my wife or child. I'm not opening the door. No.
Even Southie knows whenever he's bringing his ship boxes over for me to work on in the trailer park. You don't just show up. He messages me first.
Mm-hmm. That's right. You always say something first. That's what I'm gonna say. Well, that was my closing. Do you have any closing, Mr. Johnson?
Other than please come back in 30 minutes or sooner. We'll work on getting it back up as quickly as possible, so that way we don't miss you guys. But yeah, definitely come back for the after lounge, and yeah, it's gonna be a fun night. We're trying to keep this going.
Yeah, we're just doing a little curtain drop for a little bit. We will be back.
Yeah, I need to go and visit behind the tree before I go get behind the bar at the after lounge.
I know that's right. Same here. Anyways,
we're gonna roll out the final closing video for you guys, and we'll be right back.
Here's our outro. Peace out. We'll see you in a little bit.
Yee-haw! Time sure flies when you're having fun at the bonfire. Thanks for hanging out with Mr. Albright and Mr. Johnson here at Willow Arms Trailer Park. We hope y'all had a hootin' good time. Be sure to tune in next time for more stories, laughs, and good old Southern wisdom. Until then, keep them marshmallows toasty and your spirits high. Catch y'all next time at the bonfire.